are watching Melody Lane. With me, you're gonna have a great crafting
I like that
time.
better. So we also use paintbrushes.
So hey guys, this is Jen Goode. Goody like gumdrops and two shoes. And she's gonna show some stuff from the Tombow booth.
So we are working with the markers. We've got colored pencils. We've got 2 different kinds of colored pencils. I don't know the technical difference between the colored pencils. These are a little higher end. These are their recycled pencils. I think they're both fantastic. I'm going to show you a couple things. So this is a very toothy paper. It's got like a linen texture to it. So when you color, it's not a super smooth color to it. You can actually see the texture. I'm a quick colorer. I'm not a detail colorer. I like to just kind of slap color on and then, here, let's see, where are we going with our colors here? I'll do this. And then I blend it in later. I like to let the color just kind of do the talking and not be so rigid, because I'm rigid everywhere else. So you can just straight out color, but I'm gonna use, let's go with purple. I'm gonna use this blending palette, and you add some color to it, because if I were to do this straight on the paper, it's a really dense color. And I don't want, maybe I want a tiny dense highlight, but I don't want the whole thing. So I'm gonna add some on there and then grab my paintbrush. Am I moving too fast?
No.
Go, go, go! What is that? Andale. Who's that cartoon guy? Andale, andale! Yeah. So you pick it up and you can just add it in like you're painting.
Cool. And that was the marker.
That was the marker. So like I'll pick up some pink and add, we're gonna do some muddy coloring here just to show, and I'm just painting it on like you would a watercolor. Thank you so much. You can also blend your colors on your palette. So like I have a little bit of a lavender, maybe I wanted a little more pink, so I can pick that up. Thank you. Are you moving over?
Yeah. You join me?
See, and then maybe I want just a little bit of pink in there. So it kind of gives you the opportunity to watercolor without knowing the nuances of the paint. You can also do this with the blending pen. So let me show you that. See, and it does some nice bleeding effects. If you use the blending pen, how clean is this one? Let's see, we'll go with this. It looks like there's ink on there, so we're gonna wipe it off. Make sure you just use a paper towel or a piece of paper, and you can pick the ink up from your blending palette as well. Hello.
Hi.
Would you like to color?
Yes, I love to color.
Oh, you found them already?
Yep.
You are on the ball. So I'm going to use a little orange and put that in as a highlight. And that's that.
Cool.
That's upside down. No, they're that easy. I'll show you another blending in a second. You can color pencil, you can marker, I can show you how to use the paintbrush.
What is the blending palette?
So you add color to the palette
From the marker?
From the marker. And you either pick up the color with the blending pen.
What is this, I guess?
That's the blending pen. Or you can use a paintbrush, depending on the technique that you want. Hello, how are you?
I like the control you get with this pen.
It's nice, isn't it? Because I think we're more used to holding pens and markers and crayons. So for a lot of people, it's easier to hold it this way. I hold my paintbrush the same way and I draw with it, but sometimes this is just more intuitive.
In my class last night, mine wasn't in there, so I know what you guys were talking about.
This is what I use at home.
That's
It's
the
a
way to
Ziploc
go.
with
I've done that.
cardstock.
Fancy.
But you can't feel it through the camera. It's the texture of a Ziploc or any plastic bag versus the blending palette. This has a little bit of a stick to it.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost waxy, so it holds the color a little bit better. how pretty that is. And you don't want to color?
I started.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, keep
Not very
going.
good color.
There's no judgment here. It's just add some color onto the paper. What color should we do? I'll show you. I keep doing pink and orange because it seems to blend best.
Yeah, I like pink and orange together.
And it makes coral, which I really love. So
Thank you so much. They're really nice.
thank you. Thanks for coloring with me. So I'm going to show you with the blending pen. You can go back like the seam of where those two colors meet.
Oh, cool.
Now that I've done that, I've got some on my nib, on my pen nib, so it'll transfer. So it kind of transfers like this, but it's taking it right from the paper.
And what are you dipping that in?
This is just, like this is just
Yeah.
water, so that's
Okay.
just to clean a brush. This is just a water pen. I'm sure there's other things in it. It's not just water, but it's a water-based clear ink that helps you blend with this. See, then you can go back through.
You know, are these like one per color? Or do
No,
you
not
clean
at
it
all. So you literally just
color until it gets clean.
until it's clear. Yeah.
What a clever idea.
Nice, right?
Yeah. Very clever.
So now you can actually pick up some yellow and pick up some pink and make your own orange.
Oh.
Look at that. That was like magic.
It is like magic. How fun is that? And because you're doing it that way, you can add your own color here, and now you can color with all three, and they're all the same.
They're gonna blend.
They're
They're gonna be coordinated.
Right,
That's the word.
they're meant to coordinate. Now
Look
on
at
yours,
that.
be careful you don't go over the black too much because this ink will muddy up your picture.
Oh,
which
okay.
Gives it a vintage look.
Yes, but if you're not looking for that, you
Right.
want to be aware of it.
And I love your t-shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Little pocket.
Thank you. Here's the bag. Cool. I forget, it's their in-house designer made it, which I don't think I've met. Let's do you want to color?
Yeah.
You can
Doesn't
color
wanna
your
color.
little guy. I know.
know,
Well, I did meet two men earlier today that were like, we're tired of coloring. And then I looked, they're book publishers and have something like 87 coloring books. So they're just
that'll do it.
tired of looking at coloring. He goes, do you have a coloring book? I said, not yet.
Stay tuned.
So you drew all these? These are yours?
I did. Thank you.
Is your background watercolor, or what is your what all do
I
you do?
joke that I have been making things since I was old enough to eat glue. So I do all kinds of things.
I have a hard time describing myself too, because I do the same thing. It's like I used to do macrame, and I grew
so
up doing
many fun
everything.
things.
It's like everything.
Oh,
And it's not really mixed media.
You have to come on our show, this Crafty Life Live.
Oh my gosh, that makes me nervous.
As soon as you said the word live, you lost her.
We do it on YouTube. It's an hour-long show. I
Is
do
it really
May
live?
Made it. Yeah.
How do you, like, is this live right now?
No.
Like, how do you do live?
It's YouTube live streaming. We have
there was such a thing.
we
Yeah, me
do like 10 minutes of crafty news,
Okay,
and then we have a crafty guest.
that'd be fun.
Yeah. Next we have the Frugal Crafter's going to be on, and then we have Crafty Chica,
I love
and we just had Made by Mommy on.
Oh, that would be, would you like to color? Come color. Would you like to color? Pick a picture. That's where we begin. Pick a picture. That would be fun.
Yeah, I'll give you a card. I have a card with
Please
all our
do.
info.
That would be
You can
super
check out
fun.
this craftyLifeLive.com.
Okay. Yeah, give me a card.
It's just live stream, so you do it from home or your office or anywhere you have a computer that has a camera.
So I have to clean a space on my camera.
Only behind you.
Actually, I am cleaning my studio. So my studio it's just storage. I actually work in my kitchen. My Cricut machines in the kitchen, my markers are in the kitchen. I make dinner and then I color.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that's where, you ever notice if you have a party, you all hang out in the kitchen always.
In theory, that sounds good, but when like my kids want to eat breakfast and there's no table left, we have problems. So I'm cleaning the studio when I get home. I've told enough people. I think I'm being held accountable.
Yeah, really. And we have your address here, so
Like
we're going to
Jen.
check.
Okay,
So,
now what do I do?
so you can, I'm going to give you a choice. You can color with colored pencils, you can color with markers straight up, you can blend. What do you want to learn?
I guess a little bit of both.
Okay. I would,
When when you use different color, like paper, is it certain kind that you should use when you're using this? Like,
it depends on your look. I really like toothy papers, which this is more of it has a tooth to it, is what it's called. There's a texture to it. This is linen. I tend to like them where they're almost like a watercolor paper because I like that texture. A smooth paper is fine. For really good blending, I found something with a vellum or like a Bristol is really good. Okay. This, if you blend too much, it will beat up. Your paper will start to turn into like laundry lint. Okay. Which, that's a look. You can do it on purpose.
There you go.
So one of the reasons I chose this paper is when you use a colored pencil, you'll get those lines. So you can start with that. Thank you. Let's go with a green on this one. Oh yeah, we didn't do colored pencil yet, did we? No. I am not a precision colorer because I really like the approach of let the color do the creating, not, some people really like to color the tiny details. I slap it on. Okay. So you kind of have to find your own special technique. Now with this, I'm using, these colored pencils are not watercolor pencils, they're just straight out colored pencils. They blend really nicely. So I'm just adding right on top. Can you even see that? They're so close in tonality, it's hard to see.
right.
But what I'll do, so I've got a tiny bit of shading. Thank you. Now, where's my light blue? Oh, light blue. Actually, I have a purple too. I'm gonna take this is a blending palette, and we have been using plastic bags with cardstock in them, which work fine as a blending palette. If you feel this, it feels a little waxier, so it holds the color a little nicer. So I'm gonna add these two colors because I'm gonna layer those on top. And I can do it 2 different ways. Well, 3 different ways. I could color just straight on top of it and get a really good dense color. But if you want more of a blend, you can either use a blending brush and pick up some color and just add it on top and it's a little lighter. Or, and I know I'm showing you these all really fast, but then you can play with all of them, see what you think. And this is just water, not clean water, it's now pink. It started out clear. And this is almost like watercoloring. You just pick up a little color and then layer it on top. And I'm picking up a little bit of a different color so that I can get some shading right on the edge.
Where it kind of takes out the coloring, it blends it a little bit.
Right,
makes it smoother.
right. Which is why I'm not a precision colorer. I let this do all the work for me and just kind of play with it. It stresses me out a lot if I have to get it just so. So I'm also if it goes out of the lines.
Oh, you're okay with that?
That's the look I meant, is what I say. I did that on purpose. So any of them. And you can, one of the other designers here, she does it the opposite. She'll do marker with colored pencil on top and just add detail with the colored pencil. I like to add the colored pencil on the bottom. Okay, now look at this. So now it's blue. You can just blend it. I'm totally not staying in the lines here. We've got a weird hair on this paintbrush, so again, I did that on purpose. I'm sure my engineering-minded dad would be like, ah! Somebody said, let me see if I can find it. There's a, thank you. it was up here. Sorry. I don't know whose it is. It was right there. There's an eraser. You're supposed to be, I was looking for that you're supposed to be able to,
You got just good time.
but instead I'm going to go around it.
Great idea. There's never any mistakes.
No.
You just add to it.
You do what you want to do. It's your art, right? Wait, that just sounded like a Joseph A. Banks commercial. It's your money. Do what you want with it. Right?
Yeah.
He's probably like, what? Who knew that? So you can just add your own colors. When you add it to your blending palette, you're able to mute it at the level that you want. So you can, you know, you can go with a really strong color or really water it down and just get a hint of the color. However, do you have a paintbrush over there? Do you want
I have
one?
to get something for somebody.
And here's some water. I can give you
What
new.
size, Lisa, are you looking for?
You haven't colored yet.
No.
You thought I wouldn't know.
Very activating now, and I just let it go.
Yeah. So be careful because some of the ink on the paper, it's not as stationary as you would like. So some of the black ink is smearing on this paper. I thought I was being so smart with laser printers, and it didn't matter.
This one will do.
Another thing you can do is if you have really dense color on your paper, you can use the paintbrush or the marker to pick up the color right from your paper and transfer it to unmuted, right?
All right, my battery's gonna die in this stabilizer, so thank you
Go
so
make
much.
something. Thank you. Thanks for being here.
All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video.